Heath, Columbine, Virginia Tech, and Sandy Hook. Names made famous by tragic school shootings. But could that ever happen here at CCHS? Our topic is school safety, and here now is producer Tyler Covington.
The tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary has been on the minds of Americans for 2 years. But did you know that 28 students have been killed in various school shootings since that event? Are we, here at Callaway County High School, immune to this kind of violence? We wanted to know if students feel safe here, so we polled 206 sophomores and juniors. We asked if they have ever worried about a school shooting occurring here. 51% of the students said that they have often or sometimes felt that one could happen here. What would make a person want to carry out such an action? Is it provoked by violent video games? Does America need more gun control laws? Producer Will Van Horn takes a look at these controversial issues.
Out of all the issues our country faces, gun control seems to come up the most, and with good reason. For instance, like the Columbine High School massacre, Virginia Tech, and Sandy Hook Elementary School.
I think it's a little unnecessary because as far as the few incidents recently that have caused the policy, I believe that it's not guns that are truly the problem, and getting rid of them or putting a policy on them won't solve the violence that's still going on.
The one thing that seems to come up the most when dealing with gun control are violent video games, with the NRA believing that video games are in fact the problem.
I think video games is a way to take out your anger without having to worry about law enforcement. Games like GTA, you go and you shoot people, law enforcement's going to come after you, but you can easily dodge them or kill them because it's a video game, it's GTA. And by able to do this, you can have less tendencies to try to do it in real life because you've taken out your anger in a game where you have a lot less consequences.
If you or anyone else believes that someone or even yourself might be a potential threat, notify and talk to someone.
Dr. Catherine Newman, a professor of sociology and public affairs at Princeton University, is the author of Rampage, The Social Roots of School Shootings. In her opinion, school shooters often seem to be following a script they have seen before. In her words, "What I mean by a script is that when you look at popular culture, movies, video games, you will see this kind of shoot 'em pathway running through many of them. It's not an original idea of the shooter, it's something that kids are exposed to by the millions. Only a tiny handful become shooters, but this stuff is everywhere. What it tends to reinforce in the shooter's mind is not so much a violent impulse as a template for how to be notorious and alluring and cool as a shooter. And that's really what most of the time they're trying to achieve. They're trying to reverse reputation from a social loser to a notorious and attractive character in an anti-hero kind of way. Whatever the motivations for these school shooters, school officials across the nation have been searching for new ways to create a safe environment. In our survey, 63% of our students said that our current safety procedures are adequate in case of a shooting situation. In the past months, programs and training have been established to improve response methods in the event of an intruder. When it comes to safety, Principal Randy McCowan says that the faculty and staff are geared to provide the best environment for students.
First and foremost, we want every student, regardless of who they are, where they came from, what their origins are, why they're here, those kind of things. But we want every student to feel safe. We want every person to feel safe that comes into this building, whether it's visitors, whether it's students, whether it's faculty members. We certainly want them to feel like this learning environment is a place they can come and do their very best.
To ensure safety in CCHS, the Board of Education has implemented distinct programs, such as morning bag checks, various locker searches, and even partnering with the police department to develop teacher training programs. In 2013, the Kentucky State Police initiated an effective program to train teachers how to act in a life-threatening event. This program was designed to train faculty and staff to disarm intruders and overall protect students.
One point, we were telling teachers to huddle the kids in a corner, and just like the shooting at Sandy Hook, it's what they call a target-rich environment. If all of your kids are in a corner, then the shooter doesn't have to go far to kill a lot of kids. If they spread out, if they can leave the room, if there's a window to get outside, that's the best thing to do now, is to leave the building.
Safety is a very serious issue here at Cowley County High School. This requires protective programs, trained faculty, and most importantly, cooperating students.
And that's what I've tried to encourage this year more than anything else. We're going to have disagreements. When you put 1,000 people in one place, there are going to be some problems occasionally and some disagreement. Let's sit down and talk. Let's find out what the root of the problem is and see if we can solve it.
You know, I know we're at a stage in life when you're in high school where sometimes you don't take things as serious as you should, but it's one thing that you should, because if something ever did happen, you want to know what to do.